Hello, I'm Skye Taylor and welcome to Tips and Tricks number 17. Today we're going to talk about 6 tips to help you to become a more successful artist. Well, what's tip number 1? Tip number 1, which is the most important tip of all, is don't give up. You have to stay focused on what you're doing. Nothing is achieved overnight. Success is not achieved overnight. You have to stay at it. The longer you stay at it, the better chance you have of becoming successful. But you cannot become successful if you don't tell people about what you do. You have to share your art. Talk about it. Nobody is a better representative of your art than you. Tell the world. You can be the best artist in the world. If you don't share it and tell people, you're not going to be a success. Number 2, if you have a hard time starting out painting abstracts, let's say you want to paint abstracts, begin by painting something that you know. Maybe you went on vacation to Connecticut and there was a beautiful scene that you photographed with a barn and maybe a field. Try painting that. Because in order to understand how abstracts work, you have to have somewhat of a background, at least an attempt of trying to paint realistic. If you can paint semi-realistic, paint subjects, you will understand abstracts better. When I was in high school, my art teacher would make us paint old masters. We would paint old masters. Mona Lisa, sometimes old still lifes, And that helped us understand composition as well as colors. And then when you paint abstracts, you have that background knowledge. Don't just paint abstracts. Try to paint realistic to start. It doesn't even have to be that good, but try to understand and watch and grow as an artist. Because if you can do realistic paintings, abstracts become easier because you can understand how colors work and proportions work. It helps you grow as an artist. So that's another tip. Number 3 is don't procrastinate. As an artist, sometimes we spend more time thinking about what we're doing than actually doing it. Hey, it's a human thing. That's what we do. We daydream more about what we're going to do than actually doing it. You have to do it. If you're thinking about being an artist, what are you thinking about? Do it. Be the type of person that takes action and does things. Don't think about it. Don't procrastinate. Do it. Okay. Number 4, one of the most important rules in being successful is to practice. Practice. Did I say practice? I meant practice. You'll go into a gallery or you'll see another artist painting and you say, my God, they're so good. Well, how do you think they got good? You think that was their first painting? That could have been 1,000 paintings later. In order to be good, remember, and I said this before, your first painting is not going to be very good. Your 100th painting is going to be better than your first, and your 200th painting is going to be better than your 100th painting. You're not going to get to that level unless you practice, practice, practice. Not everything's going to be a masterpiece, but that's how you grow and learn. Always keep your mind open, keep your eyes open, and learn from your experiences. Number 5, mingle with other artists. There's nothing like sharing experiences with other artists just like you. You can learn, maybe they'll tell you about techniques that they've done, or maybe they'll share art shows that are coming up that you could participate in. But you need to mingle with other artists to learn. And if they do something great, you can ask them questions. Not that they'll probably answer them. Who knows? Sometimes artists are a little weird that way. They don't want to share their secrets. But sometimes some will. But you have to ask. And if not, use your eyes and look. And try to understand what they've done. Number 6, and this is a very important rule too, is to visit art galleries. Seek out local art galleries or art galleries in other cities or communities around you and visit them. These are artists that are relevant. You want to paint more relevant. You don't want to paint in the past, you want to paint relevant. What is selling? You know, that's how you become successful. And see what these artists are doing. Go up and study the style and focus on their techniques. If you're drawn to a painting, take the time to really look at it. Relevancy is important to being successful. You have to be more relevant. And those are 6 quick tips on how to be a more successful artist. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next Sunday. And folks, don't forget to subscribe. See you next Sunday on the next Tips and Tricks. Cheers, folks. Thank you. Bye.